Right, this is the location of Detectival, and we've got crop marks in the field. So I found that location of those crop marks, and there's also crop marks there. View source. Click on that. Larger map. And we'll go with satellite imagery. So it's basically showing me that there are crop marks here, right? And as you just saw with one of their videos advertising the site, the guy doing the little videos driving down this lane here, and then he goes onto the field, and there's 3 trees before he gets to the barns there, and then there's a tree afterwards when he gets back onto the proper road. So I'll now go and look at these sites and look up these crop marks that I have already found. Right, here are some of the crop marks. You can see them going through there, look. Crop marks here, crop marks there. And if we go over to here, look, you can see more crop marks going across the fields. There is supposedly crop marks here. You can just about make out some crop marks here. And next I will show you a roundhouse, a prehistoric roundhouse, and I think it's in this field here. You can see something there, but I got a much better picture of it coming up. I think it's this one here. Right, this is a very interesting field. See these dark areas? I would suggest that's a good place to look. Dark area here, and that is a very interesting dark area. Well, this is bare soil, so this implies habitation, so these dark areas. But what I want you to look at is this. This has been recorded. This is a barrow, a burial mound, right there. So there's all sorts of interesting stuff going on in this field. I suspect the field that you will be parked in, this one, where you'll probably be putting up your camp beds and stuff and your bivouacs and whatever you've got. This is a very interesting field, but I expect that field will probably be prohibited from digging because it's got some epic ridge and furrow in this field. And this is the campsite field, so you'll be camping in this thing. Now I know it looks really bad there, not very good for camping, but look at the ridge and furrow. Look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. And this is where all the Marques and tents, you know, selling your metal detecting gear, that's where that's located, just there. So this is the location in 3D. We'll scroll around. This is the entrance way to the site here. This long strip thing through there is an runway for planes, actually, strangely enough. That's what threw me a bit, thinking, why would they put it on an airport site, you know? People would be getting run over by planes. But obviously not. But this is where you're going to be camping. And look at all the ridge and furrow in there. And you can see here, look, where it's been ploughed away in that field, but this bit continues into there. So I can imagine there's going to be untouched relics in the campsite field. But that probably be a bit prohibited from digging. Yeah, there's lots of little ditches, well, little valleys. You've probably got some land here. Let's go and have a look where that round barrow is situated. Situated right here, but we can't see anything on this one. I don't know what that line is going through there. It looks too modern, too straight like. But there's definitely some lumps and bumps in these fields where you saw all of those crop marks. So here's where those sheds were. So the chap drove along here and he drove down here. So this has overemphasised the lumps and the bumps. You know, the height of the hills. It's not as dramatic as this. I only put this right up so that you can see the bumps. So it's a vast site you've got. Possibly these lines might be ploughing, but they might also be ridge and furrow. Now let's go and have a look at the My Platform program to show you even better places to metal detect. Oh, look at the ridge and fur underneath the campsite field. It looks epic. Right, so what we're looking for is areas of platforms. So where the ground is black, right, so you've got these black areas, but you've got a bit of damage from ploughing. Where these black areas are, that's the best places to metal detect, because it implies that thousands of years ago, if you were to build a house anywhere, you would have leveled the ground first. And of course, in time, all of the houses have completely rotted away, just leaving the platforms. So, look, you've got a lovely platform directly underneath where the Marques and tents are going to be. Well, that was a stupid place to put them, wouldn't it? Look, lovely dark platform right underneath where the tents are going to be. I would suggest that if you're in one of those tents, might be one night just to slip out your metal detector and just detect around your tents, because that implies to me that there's something directly there. Now I know where the tents are because I've used satellite imagery to show me where the tents are going up. So that was a intelligent place to put them. Maybe you should consult me in future. Some dark areas here. Now I can get all the grid references for these areas. There's a bit of a dark area here, look. And scroll down to the bottom of the field, we've got a lovely something going through there. I love a dark area here, look, and look at this one, it's got like almost like a bit of a square going around it. So there could be like an old trackway heading up to a platform. So this here, this literally could be a driveway up to a house, right there. Because you can see like almost like a square edge to it. Right, let's scroll out and have a check the rest of the other side of the hedge. So I think that's like maybe a lane or a bridle way. Right, let's go a bit further along. Now you see this crop of trees here on an old map. That is called a clump. A clump. Now a clump is usually referred to as a burial mound. So here you've got, could possibly be a burial mound. That's why the trees are in a sort of a circular shape. You've got just here, look, we got some sort of circular thing there, look. We've got some nice dark patches on the top of this ridge. And another dark patch here. We've got maybe a trackway running across the field to here. That's where those barns were that they inadvertently gave away the location, because the chap drove down this lane here and then he crossed the fields and there's 3 trees and then the barns and then another big tree here, a tall one. So yeah, we're also looking at this area here. We've got a dark patch and we've got some uneven ground surface. So anywhere where there's these dark patches, that implies habitation, and that thousands of years ago there could have been a community right on the top of this ridge. Now the place where that roundhouse was, I believe, is here, and I can't see anything on this platform map, but there are a bit of a dark area here and possibly where the road's gone through. There's also a dark splodge here. How far does this land go over? Let's hold on and zoom out a bit. Yeah, quite possibly up to there. So we've got lots of dark patches. You can see a nice straight edge to this one. It's rotate round. There. So yeah, you've got possibly some sort of a dwelling just there. Look, that's a lovely, very lovely dark patch just there. So you've got a very good site here to be finding all sorts of epic relics. Right, I'm going to go over now to my showing you the locations of all of these patches of dark ground. The clump, I'll give it to you in latitude and longitude, and you can then convert it if you. I'm pretty sure you'd probably get latitude and longitude on your phones, and you can easily convert it anyway to a grid reference. Oh look, there's a nice dark patch on the other side of the hedge, out of your area. It's a shame. Anyway, you have got a pretty epic looking site here. That looks really good. It's just a shame you can't metal detect that bit, because I expect this is going to be the campsite. Right, so this is how you will get up the latitude and longitude of the site. So here's the blob by where the Marques are going to be. So if I right click, there's the latitude and longitude. Now you might have to swap these numbers about. So 51 on this side and -2 on that side. I don't know why it's done that. I've probably clicked something somewhere. It's a very complicated program, and I wouldn't wish you to try and learn this because it's taken me years to do it. So yeah, you might have to swap those numbers over, but it's got other numbers as well, leading to the exact location. Okay. Right, so that's that one. This interesting blob here, like this, almost you can see it going through the woods. See now, this program that I've got, this LiDAR program, it can see between the trees. So you can see, it's a bit uneven. That's because there are all trees in there. But you can see a trackway leading that comes up there, in through there. Look, it's also sort of leads off over that way, I think, as well. But you can see this trackway. So we'll just do a grid reference for that location there. Does it come down this far? I think it comes into this field. Not much showing there. Let's have a look. Oh, some interesting, something in there. But I think these fields have been contaminated with. I think there's loads of pig pens in these fields, so it might be worth avoiding them. So let's go over to this area. Right. So this is a dark area on this on the map. It's got a bit of a platform there. Look, going through. So this where the soil is dark here. So we just do a grid reference for that location. There. Scroll out a bit. So all of these dark areas are all prime locations. So you want to pause the video and just jot down the latitude and longitude of the site. Here's the barrow clump. There's another site here. Did I do that one? Can't remember. Yeah, all this area here is really interesting. We've got a lovely dark platform there, and he's got quite a nice straight edge to this one. Now, over here somewhere, I do believe that this is a Roman road. So this, I know it's on the wrong side of the hedge, but this area here could be a Roman villa. It's probably you might not have that land because it's on the other side of this hedge, but you know, that bit of jets out looks very intriguing. So all of this area here, look. So you can tap all these coordinates into your mobile phones and you'll be on them in no time. Does it go this far up? I don't think it does. So yeah, that's coordinates for a lot of the locations. And this bit of bumpiness here, there could be something just there. So yeah, this is an epic site. It's just a shame you can't do any digging on the campsite field, because these, you know, any relics in here are going to be untouched or undamaged by extensive ploughing, because you can see it here, look, see it goes across. You can see it going into that field and going back. And there, it's all been ploughed away, look, all the ridge and furrows being completely ploughed away. So it's just a shame you can't get in there. And well, you will be in there because you'll be camping there, but it's a shame you probably won't be allowed to dig in there. Right, here's a modern map of the location. This place here is a castle. Well, it looks like a castle, but it's not. It's modern. It's only 1750. So if you think that that's going to be like an epic place to go and metal detect near, well, you might find a few Georgian coins, but you know, I don't think it's worth bothering with. Right, what's that little dot there representing? A quarry. No, won't bother with that. Ooh, get rid of that. This is the one that just talks about the ridge and furrow. Yeah, ridge and furrow cultivation. So that's quite old. So yeah, so this is see, it says Badminton Airfield. So this is the airstrip right on your land. See, there it says peaked down clump. Well, a clump is often an old burial mound, and as you can see over here, we've got some other clumps outside the designated area, but these could also be tree clumps. They're usually pretty good for ancient burial mounds. So you've got peaked down clump here, so that could be really important. But what we want to do really is, we don't like looking at this sort of modern map. What does that say there? Archaeological sites. Ooh, what's that say? A small building, probably a barn, in a close, was noted at this location. Right, post-medieval, it's not that old. Right, we get back to get rid of that. So what we want to look at really is, maybe we want to look at the old footpaths. So let's do this, and we can scroll this up, and we've got the locations of footpaths. So footpath through here, probably a footpath or a track through there. Not many footpaths going across these sites. What does that say? Oh, some sort of boundary thing. Right, so we want to, I don't know what he's doing this for. Oh, it's a pond. Could be, there's a pond there. It could be, that's, is that on the, no, it's a pond. So there could be a detector around a pond. This is where the site is. So if we scroll back through, do that, you know, we can do a 50-50 look. So we've got, that's where all the Marques and selling burgers and whatever you're going to be there. And this area here is the campsite. I'd imagine it's going to be the campsite because it's the only bit of pasture on the whole site. So you wouldn't want to put your tent up on a muddy field now, will you? Now, I was interested in that, looked like a bit of a trackway coming through here into this field here. So we'll go and look up, we'll look up, it's a bit further on down, we'll look up, see if we can see any crop marks for this sort of square platformy structure that was here. Right, so this is the area where that splodge is situated, that sort of square splodge. Can't see much, but there are like maybe a bit of a dark line going across there in the next field over. But you see all these things here. these are all pig enclosures. So there might, you know, there's lots of bits of aluminium, I'd imagine, all over these fields. So there might be, apart from going to this one, where pig enclosures have not been done. You know, look at them all there. Look, loads of pig enclosures. If we go further along, there are some dark splodges, maybe some crop marks in there. Something there, look, something there. But look at all them pig enclosures. Look, and they're up here as well. Look, loads of them. So that might be, fields might be contaminated with, see that all the pig enclosures are made of aluminium. You see all these pig enclosures are made of aluminium, so these pigs have probably been biting bits off and oh, it's going to be contaminated. Oh, we've got some sort of a crop mark there. So let's go back to that spot where I think there might be some sort of square building just there. Right, let's check out the next image. Can't see much. Oh look, and this field now, look, loads of pig enclosures. Yeah, so these fields, apart from this one, you might want to avoid these ones. You might. Nothing. I'm just going through the time slices on Google Earth. There's a dark splodge there. Yeah. Look, they've been having pig enclosures for years all over these fields, look. Can't really see much in the way of crop marks in there. No, but look, pig enclosures. More of them. You can see the trackway coming through there, look, on that one. And it comes into this field. Oh, looks like they're trying to get rid of the pigs now. You know, taking up all the sheds, look. And again, there are some, that crop marks appeared there again. Line going through there. Now we're down to bare soil. Now, whenever you go onto a site and you get areas where the soil's black, darker, well, thousands of years ago, people lived with their animals. You know, they would live on a higher floor to where their animals were underneath, so that because the animals were like giving off a lot of heat in the old days, before they had days of central heating. So you would have lived on top of your animals. There's plenty of dark splodges, so you could be looking at interesting sites. Just about make up the ridge and furrow in this field now, look, just about. And there is a footpath. I saw there's a footpath going across this field. Old footpath. So yeah, a very, very interesting site. Look, dark splodges. And that dark splodge there, I think that's really interesting there, look. Really dark. That implies that there was a building there once. And this is where the Prehistoric Roundhouse is. Let's see if we can find it. Which one was it on? So one of these. Ah, there it is. So there's your prehistoric burial mound, look, with a double ditch enclosure. Seems to go through there and round a bit. So yeah, double ditch enclosure to a prehistoric burial mound. And then got lots of dark splodges going across there and there. So, you know, so you got the, but that is really intriguing me. You know, there could be something epic just there. I've also discovered that this is a Roman road, okay? So that's Roman. That's a Roman road. And that splodge that I saw, which is not on the designated area, is commanding a high position overlooking a Roman road. You see how it goes up? So this area here could have a hoard on it. So all of you ones with your super deep pulse induction metal detectors should have a good go around this area, because that could be, let's have a scan round, that splodge on the other side of the designated area, unfortunately, could be a Roman villa. But you've got a bit of a dark line going up to it. So this area here could have a Roman, this could be a Roman villa, unknown Roman villa. Now it would not be the first time that I have not discovered new Roman sites, because I have, because I'm a specialist when it comes to locating targets. And that right there could be a Roman villa overlooking this Roman road. So yeah, I'll get you a grid reference. I'll redo the grid references for this area, and that's sort of interesting the way that sort of hedge line jets out like that. It could be like, that could be an old clump, like a maybe burials there, all sorts. So yeah, generally it's an epic site, and I hope you find some epic relics. Yeah, yeah, this is the Roman road going through here, look, see it? That's that dotted line, because I'm on this Rural Settlement of Roman Britain website. So I've got all the check boxes clicked, including this one that says Roman road. So if I unclick that checkbox, you'll see it disappear. See, it's gone, and then it comes back. So yeah, there's a Roman road going down there. So that site, this corner of the permission is right next to the road, and all of that splodge, dark area, you can see the little bit that jets out. Don't get it going any further. It does. There's that bit there. Like, so I reckon there's a Roman villa on this side, and there's also some platforms on this side as well. So yeah, and over at Badminton, there, this is on the Badminton estate. There is the Badminton villa, Roman villa, right there. So I've checked the area, looking for other. What's that over there? Hawkesbury. That's miles away. No, don't bother with that. So yeah, we're looking at an epic site with a possible Roman villa there. It wouldn't be the first time that I've found places like that, because I work with archaeologists and all sorts of people. So here again is the Roman villa site, possible Roman villa site, I don't know, but it's right on the edge of a Roman road, and it's a very interesting area of splodges. So that area there, and you can also see something almost square like there, look, could be a building. Right, so I'll just do a coordinate for there. There's the coordinates, and don't forget to swap these numbers around, so 51 on this side and -2 on the other side when you look up the coordinates. And let's just give this area another location there, look. I think that just about does it. Now if I find out any more information about the site, then I will post it to my Patreon page, where you can go and view the information. Cheers!